Hey guys, Nick here from Nick's Taxes, and today we're looking at how to file a tax return for the first time. I'm looking at it from the perspective of you are new to Canada. So for this video, I'm actually using a free software called Cloud Tax. They also have the ability to pay for a little bit extra and get a tax expert to review or to answer questions. But I can do this completely free via this software. And there are a few others out there, but I'm walking through Cloud Tax today. So once you create an account, which is free, you're going to get to the profile section here. And this is the first area that they're going to talk about. And that's your marital status and if you have dependents and your province of residence as of December 31st, 2020. That's the end of our tax year. So once you enter that in, it's going to ask you what title describes you best. I'm going to put employed. And from there, it's going to give you a list of some things that you may have as an employed person. If you're in Canada and you are employed, chances are you're going to receive a T4 from your employer, which is going to capture how much employment income you received in the tax year, as well as how much tax you've already paid off of that employment income. The same thing is going to happen for the deduction section, the credit section, and the expenses section. So you're going to fill out your personal information next. This net file access code here, you don't have to worry about it because it's your first time filing. You won't have that, so that is okay. You're going to fill out your mailing address and you're going to answer the questions down below. They're pretty straightforward and they have a chat option if you are struggling. Next, you're going to enter in, again, your province of residence if you moved between provinces. And then it's going to ask you in here, the immigrants and emigrants section, and this is important for you guys. So if you have moved in or out of the country in 2020, I'm going to put yes, and then it's going to ask you for your date of entry. So if you moved into the country, you're going to enter in this information. So I'm going to just put 2020. I'm going to put the 5th of May there. And then you're going to need to fill out your Canadian source non-resident income and your foreign source non-resident income. So Canadian source non-resident income would be Canadian income that you earned before becoming a resident of Canada, likely before you moved to the country. So maybe you had work days in Canada prior to actually moving, or if you have like a Canadian rental property, that would be another example of Canadian sourced non-resident income. Most of you, though, I would put 0. And then your foreign source non-resident income would be all the income that you earned prior to coming to Canada. So for this example, I'm going to put in an amount, I'm going to put 25,000, but you would put in the income that you've earned. For this value, it doesn't have to be exact, but it needs to be a good estimate at the very least, just because it helps with the Canadian credits. Some credits are prorated based on your worldwide income compared to what you earned while in Canada. So next is going to ask you a couple more questions there about your situation. Now go to my T4. So this is your employment income again. So if you have a T4, likely it was mailed to you. You're going to see on your T4 there's boxes, and here there's boxes as well, and you just match the boxes and do simple data entry. If you have multiple T4s, you can add a T4 there. But that's really it when it comes to entering in this information. It's just strictly data entry. So all the slips that you have will have a title like a T4, a T5, and you're just going to enter in that information. If you have a slip and you can't find it, you can actually go down here and use the search function and you can type it in. Like if I have a T4, and you can see here, and then I can just jump right to that section and then I can fill in that slip right from there. So that is a nice feature that Cloud Tax offers. So I'm going to flow through it. After, it's going to ask you provincial questions based on your province that you picked as your residency. I'm going to skip over that because that's going to be dependent on your province. So once you're done, Cloud Tax is going to guide you through everything. Just answer the questions. It's straightforward. It's going to show you a breakdown of your total income. and everything like that. So you can take a look at how everything is being calculated and if you have a balance owing or a refund. And so for my example that I filled out, I have a little bit of a balance owing. But one nice thing about Cloud Tax is I can review the PDF version of the actual tax return before sending it in. And as a new Canadian, this is important if you are establishing residency. So I'm going to go to Menu, and over here I'm going to hit Your PDF. And in this section, the T1 General, that's the basically the tax return. And if I hit that, you can see the first page of the tax return. And on the bottom left here, information about your residence. If you became or ceased to be a resident of Canada for income tax purposes in 2020, enter the date. And there we have my date of entry of May 5th, 2020. And so that is the important information for the Canada Revenue Agency to have, so they know that as of May 5th, you have become a resident of Canada for tax purposes. So as a new Canadian, that is the important thing that I want to highlight. If you have any questions, you can let me know. But yeah, I'd recommend taking a look at Cloud Tax for your tax return. They have a chat feature for help. They have tutorials available for you. And if you have a simple tax return, I recommend taking a look at this. If you think your situation is a little bit more complex, then definitely consult a tax professional. Thanks for watching. Give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Happy taxing.